House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.
Love lives here, welcome home. You're amazing. Yes, you are amazing. I am here to remind you of that. Good morning. Welcome to House of Love and Light. I'm Amy Steinberg. This is my home in Asheville, North Carolina. If you're here for the first time, you're here for an hour of goodness. Goodness. That's what we're doing here. We're doing good. We're feeling good. We're raising up the vibration of our own lives so that we can ripple out into the world. And it is September 11th, so I have New York on my heart. And, a part of me is always in New York. If you know me, you know that's true. So I send my love to all of those who are affected at all, that's all of us, by the 9/11 tragedies that happened so many years ago now. Wow, it's been so many years. My whole life changed on that day. My entire life changed. So, glad you're here. Welcome. Please share this. Good morning, Dana and Stephanie and Joanne, Sandy, Lisa, Alexandra, anybody else that's joining us. Please say hi in the comments. So glad you're here. The book of the month, you guys, is Abundance. The Inner Path to Wealth, Deepak Chopra. So good. I had ordered it and it hadn't gotten here. So I got the Kindle version, so I'd been reading it, but there's nothing like holding a book in your hand, So I got the book in my hand and I opened it up and I immediately found stuff that I really, really liked. So I want to go ahead and read. Good morning, Lisa. I wanted to go ahead and read a little bit from this book just to kind of, share what I've been thinking about all week, because the theme of the month is abundance, but the topic today is fulfillment. So we're going to be thinking about fulfillment, what makes you feel fulfilled, what is fulfillment to you, etc. So Deepak writes, if you want an attitude of abundance, begin with simple awareness. Simple awareness is a state of calm, quiet, mind that feels centered and untroubled. Couldn't we all use a little bit of that? In itself, simple awareness achieves only the first half of fulfillment, which is a sense of not lacking. The second half has arrived at how your life unfolds. You want to feel fulfilled at work, in relationships, in your family life, and in your spiritual aspirations. This is where consciousness comes in. Being in simple awareness, you start to witness changes that prove to you personally that Dharma is supporting you. The generosity of spirit would be merely a nice idea unless your life actually changed. Human beings are complex and no two people have the same expectations. Even so, there are a great many ways that fulfillment comes to us. And then he talks about, good morning, Mike. He talks about the way fulfillment unfolds. And I have experienced this, and I'm sure you have as well. You begin to live in the here and now, ignoring the voice in your head that repeats a litany of old fears, wounds, setbacks, and disappointments. You banish worry as pointless and unnecessary. You act generously instead of selfishly. You stop relying on someone else's approval. You stop fearing someone else's disapproval. You claim responsibility for your own emotions and reactions. That's a big one. You renounce blame. Come on, Deepak. You let your creative impulses emerge. You respond from your heart. That's big. This one's really good. You look for beauty, love, and joy while you stop looking for flaws, problems, and worst case scenarios. That's one I still work on. You practice appreciation, attention, and acceptance. I like that. I'm going to say that one again. You practice appreciation, attention, and acceptance. You embrace your inner sense of self. You create your own bliss. You offer sympathy to those who need it. You are of service wherever you can be. You stop resisting and start joining the flow. I'm going to finish here. He says, as you can see, the attitude of abundance has to be more than mere optimism or positive thinking. It goes deeper than a belief system or a matter of faith. This is really good. I starred this. I underlined it. Abundance must become a part of your identity as expressed in the phrase, I am enough. When this is your truth, then the world is enough at the same time. That's nice, right? Good morning, Cindy. I am enough. How about we say that a couple times? I am enough. I am enough. That's what we do here is we love ourselves up. That's what we do. That's the mission here. The mission here is to nourish you with some spiritual food, to uplift you and make you feel good, to inspire you to be your highest and best you. I also like to connect with like minds. If you're here, that means we're on the same page spiritually. We want to create a good time. We want to have some good times. I've got some really cool things lined up today. We have some hypnosis at the end for financial abundance, which I'm really excited about, and lots of good things that I share here. So I'm really happy to explore. I want you to explore today what fulfillment means to you. And of course, see what you find here. See what you find here. And it's always going to be something wonderful if you're looking close enough. And that's what we're doing. We're trying to look for something wonderful. So let's sing to trigger that parasympathetic nervous system. So it goes like this. Something wonderful. Good to see you, Jennifer. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. There's nowhere else to be, right here. Something wonderful, sing it with me. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. And I can feel it. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. That's right. And it won't let go. There's something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. From the top one more time. Something wonderful. Hey, come on. Something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. Something wonderful, ooh, something wonderful is happening to me right here, right now. And I can feel it. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it in my soul. I can feel it in my heart. And it won't let go. Something wonderful. Deep breath, deep breath here. Remembering that fulfillment, it's an inside job. That's what I've been, relearning all week. I've been listening to Gangaji a lot this week and listening to a lot of Eastern teachings. I often listen to Tara Brach. And again, it's the sense that there is a space within us that knows that we know that we know, that there is a love that is always calling us home. And when we slow down enough, we get quiet enough, we get present in this moment now enough, we can hear it, we can feel it, we can sense it when we stop seeking and reaching. Amen? So let's just feel that call to peace and to love. And I'll give you a little bit of a treatment, a little spiritual mind treatment in the middle of this. Love is calling me home. Sing it with me. Love is calling me home. Love has opened the door. Come inside calling me home. Peace has opened the door. Peace has opened the door. Come inside. Come inside and feel the light. Peace asks nothing more. Joy is calling me home now. Joy is calling me home. Sing it with me. Joy has opened the door. Come inside and feel the light. I hear you harmonizing. Joy asks nothing more. Right here, I feel the love. I feel the love expanding inside of me, the love that is everywhere present, the love that is life itself, the love that is evolving and expanding as this beautiful moment that takes absolutely no effort from me. It just is the love back of all things. I tap into it, I tune into it, I turn up the volume on it in my life, the recognition of this love, and I let it beam through my eyes, through my words, through my songs, through my life, through my relationships, with my animals and my family and my friends. I let the love guide. I declare a state of awareness, of simple awareness of abundance today, a simple awareness of fulfillment today, a gratitude for what simply is in this life today. I say thank you, God, for this awareness. I also declare health for all those who are struggling in any way. I know perfect whole health, wholeness, abundance of health, abundance of joy, abundance of peace for all those listening. So grateful that you're here with me. I release these words knowing they are done because I have power within these words. We all have power in our words and our thoughts and our intentions. And I intend on love for you, for me, for all the world right now. I expand my mind into it, practicing with this prayer. Thank you, God. And so it is. We sing, love is calling me home. Love is calling me home. Love has opened the door. Come inside and feel the light. Love asks nothing more. Peace asks nothing more. Peace asks nothing more. Joy asks nothing more. Yeah, joy asks nothing more. Deep breath here. Feels good to be here with you. Hope you're having a lovely time. Stay with me. There's lots of good. We're going to light the candles right now with Gail and Sherry.
Hi, Amy. Good morning, beautiful souls from San Diego. This morning, we light a candle for the Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, that teach us about harmony, karma, and the way. We light a candle for Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Baha'i, teaching us about tradition, forgiveness, surrender, and order. We light a candle for ancient wisdom and new thought traditions, including indigenous teaching, shamanism, paganism, science of mind, and New Age spirituality, teaching us to root and to expand. We light a candle for the great mystery, the eternal question, the not knowing. Amen, amen. Shalom, blessed be.
And so it is.
What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for this morning? Tell me about it in the comments. Tell the person that you're with. Talk about your gratitude for a minute. We're going to have a little gratitude moment. A little moment of gratitude. We do this every Sunday. I'm grateful for this moment, for present moment awareness, for meditation. Trying to get back to a regular practice, sitting quietly every day, even for a few minutes. I'm so grateful for you being here right now. I'm so grateful for my partner who just left for work, and I send you so much love on your travels. So grateful for, what are you grateful for? I want to hear about it in the comments. I want to feel your gratitude. I want to hear about it. Grateful for love in all its forms. I'm sure you meant forms, but firms too. Hey, love can be firm, can't it? I'm grateful for my animals, my mom taking care of one of my animals. I'm grateful my mom's going on a trip to see my sister this week. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for you, Stephanie, as well. Sherry Martin, who experiences love and learning. I love those things. Gratitude, grateful for this moment, life, love all around you, all the things, all the things. I'm grateful for all the people that come to House of Love and Light on the regular. I'm so grateful for those who come and watch on the rewatch. I'm grateful for old friends. Kubi coming in here. So good to see you. She says gratitude to overflowing for my life, my love, my health, and the incomparable Amy Steinberg. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. Myron says grateful for dogs. I love your dog. Your dog is amazing. Oh, good to see you, Radiant. A new hot boyfriend who cooks. Yes, Mazel Tov. So good to see everybody. Okay, Joanne says, grateful for solitude, for my neighbor's pool. I'm grateful for you and me. I'm grateful for you and me too, Joanne. Joanne is like we read each other's cards all week. We check in. Everyone who helps me, Sherry Martin says. Resonant souls. We love you, Sherry Martin. So much love for everybody here. It's so cool to see people just filter in. And that's one of the things I like about the online thing is that, you can just kind of be like, oh, okay, I'm doing my coffee. And it's 11:30 now. She's probably doing gratitudes and pop in. I'm so glad you pop in here. We really appreciate that. Leah says, gratitude for the awareness of needing self-care. Ooh, that's so good. That's so good. I needed some self-care this week and I did it. And I agree with that. And I love that. I love that gratitude. I'm so grateful for Casey and Ash, our two regulars that we have here on House of Love and Light. Today we're going to be featuring a little special thing from Ash, but first let's pull a card with Casey. Let's see. Lola says, grateful for quiet Sunday mornings and an internet connection. Yes! I'm so grateful for the internet. What would we do without the internet? Okay, here's Casey pulling a card for our contemplation.
Hello, Holla family. Casey here. Lighting some sage just for you. Oh, it's a full moon week, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I feel that energy for like a week now. So definitely sending you out some great energy today. And I'm going to read the cleansing prayer for you. So imagine this is just moving from head to toe. I now choose to release myself and any and all thought forms, beings, situations, and energies that are no longer of service across all planes of existence, all universes, all lifetimes. I ask that all energies that are less than love be transmuted for the highest good of all, and so it is. Full moon energy to you, my darlings. And Amy has sent me a new deck. This is my new monthly present. And this deck is known as Attracting Abundance from Jane Struthers. So these are pretty simple, and each card actually can be from a different categories. So like life, work, relationships. And so we're just wanting abundance in all those things, right? So remembering to tune in to the abundance you already have. You are already so abundant. Are you breathing? Do you have change at your house? Do you have a roof over your head? You're abundant. And it's okay to want more, right? So what are you wanting? What do you want to attract? And we're going to see which card is going to give us a message today. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yes. The best way to get more abundance? Joy. Greet each day with joyful anticipation. Say out loud each morning, this is a wonderful day full of wonderful experiences. And sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. That's okay. But if you have the routine of saying, this is a wonderful day, what's going to attract to you? More wonderful days. Here's wishing you a great week. See you next time.
I sang something wonderful. I love when the synchronicities come. All the synchronicities this week. This has been a very synchronistic week. Wow, that's beautiful. Joy. And you know, the acronym for joy that I have is just open yourself. You know, joy to me is a lot deeper than happiness. Happiness comes and goes. Joy is at the root. Joy is at the root. Joy is when, you know, even you can be crying and still feel that joy. You can still be going through struggle and feel that joy. And that joy is knowing at the root there is love. At the root there is goodness. At the root there is a spirit and a creative intelligence back of all things. Amen. Can I hear a hallelujah? This is a wonderful day full of wonderful experiences. That's it. That's it. And so speaking of synchronicity, we're going to hear from Ash now and Ash's ideas on fulfillment. And then I'll tell you something else about synchronicity after we hear from Ash. This is Ash, who is our resident guru.
Hello there, beloved. Hello, beloved Amy. Yay, fulfillment. Oh, it reminds me of that story. Have you guys heard about that time that a beloved woke up in an ashram? This beloved woke up beyond all concepts of samsara, nirvana, just the pure indivisible light of being, running around the ashram screaming, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. And a little girl looked up from what she was playing in and said, oh, whatever, I'm 4. Oh, beloveds. I'm so happy we're finally talking about fulfillment. Fulfillment, what a beautiful word. Even just saying it, it's like, fulfillment, oh my God. We have so many ideas about fulfillment, how to get fulfillment. Well, first of all, it's kind of like there's this assumption that fulfillment isn't here, and we need to fulfill our minds. We need to fulfill our bodies. We need to fulfill our destinies. We need to do this and do that, and this needs to happen, and that needs to happen, and these atoms need to form in a particular way, and these thoughts need to happen in a particular way, and life and the sun and the weather and the future and the past and everything need to be a particular way. Oh, thank goodness we move in that space, as hopefully one day we get exhausted. Utterly exhausted, to the point where we're just willing to collapse into the fulfillment that already is here and now. Here and now. There's something to be said about here and now. Here, bigger than the thought of here. Now, closer than the concept of here. The immediacy, the vast immediacy that is this alive awareness that's here, watching, hearing, experiencing itself. To be present, to allow ourselves to exist as an open palm, to allow ourselves to be with the harmony that is every atom in its place. Can you feel that? Every experience in its place, every galaxy, every thought, all perfectly held, subsumed in the effortless fulfillment of who it is we truly are.
who it is that you really are. Right here, right now, fulfillment. So all week, this is the synchronicity I wanted to share. I was thinking about fulfillment. And of course, this led me to think about Eastern teachers. And I thought about Gangaji, who is a beautiful teacher in the lineage of Papaji. And I was watching some Gangaji videos, and Ash on his page posted a video of him performing at a Gangaji retreat. And I was like, wow, that is so cool. I didn't know that he was connected to Gangaji, or maybe I did and I had forgotten. So I took that video and I took a slice of it to share with you. And I'll be talking a little bit about Gangaji and her teachings and the Papaji teachings and what, it's simply be here now, really, right? Always. Eastern teachings come back to present moment awareness, that it's inside, right? This peace that surpasses all understanding. Didn't Jesus go wandering east? So here's a little bit of Ash at Gangaji, and then I'll be back with a message and a chant. So glad you're here.
Infinite moments, an infinite garden. You are the flower of this moment. Fragrance is bliss. Rest here like this. Rest here. Sacred geometry, watch it fly out of me. Sonic astronomy, this be vocal alchemy. Toning my way into Gangaji's balcony. The view from in here is a celestine prophecy. Angels with microphones, goddesses sing. Lakshmi's ascending on butterfly wings. Cosmic disclosures about identity. The only life here is the one listening. The only life here is the one listening. Listen so sweetly that you disappear. Listen so clearly until you're not here. Not here as a thought, not here as a body, not here as the one trying to get to the party, because right where you are without changing your thing is the one celebration, the only big bang. You've never not been the pure essence of love. You cannot experience there's not enough, for atoms keep flying right out of God's pocket. It's your face on the ID that God has in her wallet. No need to say it, but I'm going to call it. You've always been you and you've always been balling. Your name is Abundance Jackson. Your name is Prosperity Jenkins. Your name is Infinity Smith, exalting the reality of indescribable bliss. Your name is God Loves Me Gonzalez.
It's not the whole poem, but I wanted to share part of it. And isn't that just awesome? Isn't that cool, the synchronicity there? So this is our chant for the month, Abundance. And today, I'm going to take a sip of water real quick, you guys. Today we speak about fulfillment. Look at that little puppy dog. Deep breaths. Abundance is awareness of the truth. Abundance is staring right back at you. Abundance is around us everywhere. Open to the plenty we can share. Yeah. Success is knowing we are blessed. Success is knowing we are blessed. Remember this? Success is knowing we are blessed. Success is knowing we are blessed. Stop, drop into the moment to see. The best that we can do is just to be. Fulfillment is not out there. It's a place inside to be aware of. See the beauty, what's happening right here and right now. Sing it with me. Abundance is awareness of the truth. Sing it with me, come on. Abundance is staring right back at you. That's right. Abundance is around us everywhere. Open to the plenty we can share. Success is knowing we are blessed. 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 Fulfillment is the word that I lived in all week. I kept asking myself, what is fulfillment? What does it mean? What does it mean to you? Are you fulfilled? Could I be more fulfilled? I kept asking everybody about me what they thought about fulfillment. Are you fulfilled? And I wound up watching several of the Gangaji. There's Gangaji. Isn't she gorgeous? I watched several Gangaji videos. Highly recommend it. And I just talked about before Ashes Offering. And I looked inside my own fabric. And I found that fulfillment and the seeking of fulfillment is somehow off the mark. It almost feels traditionally sinful in the sense that sin is an archery term, which means missing the mark. I think it's missing the mark to seek fulfillment. To seek fulfillment is firstly to live inside seeking. To always be aware that there's something missing. And I struggle with that enough, okay? Ken Gordon, the great teacher, CSL teacher, asked in a talk that I left astounded from, I've said this many, many times, when did enough become not enough? Sometime in the 1980s, I think. In this month being the theme of abundance and our chant being abundance is everywhere, why are we looking for more? What is to be sought, really? Is it less about seeking and more about being, recognizing, and a good old gratitude for what we have? I am so grateful for the awakened spiritual friends that I have and for the ability to chew up these ideas with people. And I was having this really great conversation with my sister Laura Berman, who you've seen singing here several times. And she's a teacher and a singer now in Colorado. And she sent me this article after we had a conversation because I said, I wonder if because I'm Jewish, I sense that I never have true fulfillment because we're always on the run. We're the wanderers, the nomads. So she sent me this letter, which I'd like to read in full. It's not a letter, sorry. It's like a blog post. It's a little bit long, but it's really powerful. And it's called The Journey Home from Ben Harris, okay? The Journey Home from Ben Harris. And if you're Jewish, you'll relate to this. If you're not, you might still relate to it. But it's just really cool that the synchronicity that this letter, that she received this email and this post right after we had talked about this. And it's just beautiful. So I'm just gonna read it. It's a little bit long, but this is basically my talk today. This summer, Ben Harris. This summer, I visited Israel for the first time in 13 years. For someone like me, a product of Jewish day school and summer camp, alumnus of various Israel educational programs, employee of a Jewish nonprofit, it was a long time to be away. When I would tell people I was heading to Israel after an absence of so many years, their eyes invariably grew wide with surprise. Not visiting Paris for a decade or more hardly demands an explanation, but with Israel I felt compelled to provide one. At the risk of sounding like a cliche, Israel is a complicated place for me, and that has little to do with politics. It's a country whose language I speak, but not with the fluency to communicate with ease and depth. It's a place whose people are obviously my kin, yet the cultural chasms between us seem to broadcast only difference. And at a time when a resurgence of nationalist xenophobia is shaking the foundations of the democratic order, the comfort of my younger self, once felt surrounded by throngs of my co-religionists, has evolved into a stifling sense of tribalism, dangerously out of step with where I believe the human family must be moving. There's a feeling of being home there, but it's clearly not home. Perhaps ironically, this is actually quite a Jewish feeling. Jews are the consummate wanderers, consigned by history to a life in exile, the ultimate ingathering to the promised land delayed until the Messianic age. This was as true in ancient times as it is today. Abraham's journey begins with God's command to leave his father's home, then go to a land that God promises to show him. That's the better known part of the story. Less noted is that just a few verses later, Abraham leaves again, driven to Egypt because of famine. The land God directed Abraham to could not long sustain him. He soon found himself in the land in which his descendants would be enslaved. Abraham's descendants were no luckier. His grandson Jacob fled home after stealing the birthright from his brother. Moses led the Israelites from the Egypt to his birth through 40 years into the wilderness to the edge of a promised land he would never enter. Following the destruction of the temple, twice built in that promised land, Jews lived in countless other places that were never truly home, a fact reinforced by the expulsions and persecutions that endlessly kept them on the run. Even the establishment of Israel, meant to be the answer to 2,000 years of Jewish homelessness, hasn't fully delivered on the promise, its borders still indeterminate, its enemies still intent on its destruction. For Jews, home is elusive. This could be fulfillment. For you is elusive. And that might be precisely the point. This is very good. The central theme of the time of this year is teshuvah, commonly translated as repentance, but which literally means return. The common understanding of this linguistic turn is that repentance is fundamentally a return to our true nature. But as Rabbi Alan Liu beautifully puts it, it can also be understood as a journey home. The high holiday season is bracketed by two holidays focused on home. The fast of Tisha B'Av, which mourns the destruction of the ancient temple, the Beit HaMikdash, literally the house of sanctification, and with it the exile of the Jewish people from their ancestral homes, and then Sukkot, whose central ritual is the building of a temporary hut in which for a time we do things we normally do in our homes, taking meals and maybe even sleeping, basically, camping. The sukkah has the trappings of home but lacks the solidity and security of a real one. Framed this way, the message seems to be that the journey we pass through this time of year, and perhaps more generally in our lives, is a movement from home to home, in quotes. From the faux security of a temple that ultimately failed to provide it, to the more enduring sense of security that we find even in a sukkah exposed to the wind and rain. This is very good. The latter kind comes not from external fortifications, but from internal ones, from the edifices we build inside ourselves. And it occurred to me as I strolled down the streets of Jerusalem in the August heat and paid my respects to the last remaining wall of the felled ancient temple, that the sense of estrangement I felt so acutely in Israel, of all places, might be a product of seeking a sense of home in precisely the wrong place. After 2 weeks in Israel, I returned last week to a town that I'm the first family to live in. My ancestors did not walk these streets or plant their crops. Makes me want to cry because it makes me think of Asheville for me. My ancestors did not walk these streets or plant their crops in the surrounding fields. My neighbors are fine people, but they're not my people in any deep sense of the word. And as safe as I feel here, I'm under no illusion that the predations that have marked Jewish history, not to mention the upheavals, political and climatic, are now destabilizing the world, will somehow fail to reach me in my western Massachusetts idyllic home. And still, for now anyway, this home, or at least home, another way station on the real journey home. Isn't that beautiful? I know it was a little bit long, but it's very powerful. I thought it was very powerful. I don't know if everybody's still here. I can't see. So I don't necessarily think that we are our ancestors, right? But the more we learn about memories being held in our bodies and the depth of human evolution and our genetics and the power of consciousness, I have to at least accept that I am the product of survivors, and so are you. And in order to survive, we have to seek. I was talking about this in my morning talk with Myron. But the thing that I desire more than anything, when I look really deep inside of me, is peace and joy. And peace and joy comes when we stop seeking. When we stop seeking. And that's what we're trying to do here at House of Love and Light, right? We stop. We stop and we look around to be present for what is. I am exactly where I need to be. This is my mantra. This is my personal mantra, my personal lesson for life. To look at all the abundance around me. Abundance is awareness of the truth. Sing it with me. Abundance is staring right back at you, yeah. Abundance is around us everywhere. Open to the plenty we can share. Success is knowing we are blessed. Success is knowing we are blessed. Stop, drop into the moment to see The best that we can do is just be. Fulfillment is not out there, it's a place inside to be aware of. See the beauty in what's happening right here and now. Abundance is awareness of the truth. Abundance is staring right back at you right here, right now. Abundance is around us everywhere. Abundance is the plenty we can share. All right. Last week we talked about the 7 laws of abundance, and I want to repeat them this week because I think they're really powerful, and I think I might read these every week this month because this is the theme of the month, abundance. The source of abundance is infinite. You can read these with me out loud. Read these out loud with me. It's really powerful. Let's start again. Number 1, the source of abundance is infinite. Number 2, whatever you want to receive, start by giving. Number 3, money is the exchange of values. Number 3, wealth is a state of consciousness, spontaneous creativity. Number 5, intention and attention is what matters in the field of infinite possibilities. Number 6, the key to abundance is letting go. Number 7, the purpose of wealth is creating joy and expanding happiness. Let's practice this week remembering these 7 laws and remembering to stop, to be here now, to accept that there's a part of ourselves that might eternally feel unfulfilled because we're the survivors of those who have survived. And just catch those moments of awareness when the rain is falling, when you hear it, when the cat is purring on your leg, those little things. You're like my little kitty cat suit. You know, last week Jamie Lula sang that song, The Smallest Ways. And if you didn't hear it, I recommend going back and listening. Becoming sensitive to those experiences of life right now, letting the breath guide the awareness, and noticing when we're holding the breath. Noticing when we're wrapped up in the seeking of fulfillment. I have everything I need. Say it with me. I have everything I need. My needs are taken care of. My needs are taken care of. Say it. I am always filled with the love and light of God. I am always filled by the light and love of God. And sit in quietude this week. Allow yourself to stop. Gangaji talks about the teachings that she received from her teacher, and that they were to give to the world. And then the shorthand is to stop. She goes more into what to stop, but she's talking about stopping all the role playing, all the stories, all the background noise. And Ash is teaching us that as well. And as my partner, AJ, a sweet Southern girl, says, just be. We had a big fight one time and she said, can't you just be? And it struck me. So she was my spiritual master that day. I don't know if you've met me, but that's really challenging for me to just be. I'm a striver, I'm a creator, I'm an expresser, I'm an exciter. And this journey over the last few years for all of us of stopping and going inward, for me, learning to paint, learning to be loved. It's been really good for me and my soul. So as usual, I don't really have very many answers, but I do have questions. Are you fulfilled? Is it okay to recognize that the only real fulfillment is to be here right now? Is abundance everywhere around us right now? And can we be aware of it? This is our abundance song so far, from last week's chant and this week's chant. Abundance is awareness of the truth. Abundance is staring right back at you. Abundance is around us everywhere. Open to the plenty we can share. Success is knowing we are blessed. Success is knowing we are blessed. Successful at living, giving energy to live here full fully, to be here fully. We can count all the blessings and be overwhelmed by the truth. Oh, there is so much good living inside and all around you. So stop, drop into the moment to see. The best that we can do is just be. And fulfillment is not out there, it's a place to be aware of, and we can see the beauty happening right here and now. Abundance is awareness of the truth. Hey, come on. It's staring right back at you. Yeah, yeah. Abundance is around us everywhere. So open to the plenty so we can share. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to my little message, my little massage. I hope that it gave you something. Good to see you here, everybody. Looks like Dana's been commenting away like she do. Dana, you're a commenter. It's hilarious. All right, I'd like you to all consider giving today. Giving to House of Love and Light, giving to me, to Ash, to Casey, to everybody that sings here, to Jamie Lula, to all the musicians that offer their time that I pay, just to me for doing this, for the creative energy. Let the energy of your wallet open up. Text love to 828-383-9889. PayPal.me/House of Love and Light. Venmo at Amy-Steinberg-5. Super grateful for all the love offerings that come in, small and large. It's really neat to see them come in throughout the week as well. And I do have an offering on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. that you can come to as well to experience some more House of Love and Light. Super, super grateful for all the love offerings that come in. Thank you again for your generous hearts. To upcoming, next week we're going to talk about wholeness. Is anybody else there? I'm only seeing comments from Dana. Is it just you and me, Dana? Okay. All right. So I have some astrology to offer you from Michelle Knight, and then I have some really cool. I have hypnosis. I have a tool of the week. I have TikToks to give you. So stick around. There's some goodness coming up. Here's astrology with Michelle Knight. She's going to talk a little bit about some different things, and I know we had a full moon, so it's just about a minute with. Hi, Tiffany and Leah and Julie. Okay, great. So good to see everybody here. I love you too. All right.
Hello, beautiful soul. This week kicks off in a really practical way. It ends with a big spiritual and intuitive bang, but it kicks off with Venus entering Virgo. We also have Moon in Capricorn, and of course it's Virgo season. We can head out to get things done, to sort out anything that's been bothering us, and feel very powerful when it comes to achieving what we want to achieve. Now, Venus in Virgo is great when it comes to being of service to others. It's very giving. But on the shadow side, it can make us self-critical or indeed critical of those that we love. So keep that fine balance. See the bigger picture. Allow yourself to think, okay, I'm going to be practical, but I'm going to use that energy of self-care on myself. As we approach the end of the week, well, on the 10th actually, we have Mercury going fully retrograde, and we have a full moon in Pisces. I love a full moon in Pisces. It's very emotional, it's very spiritual, but you've got to be careful because all our emotions wash to the surface and it can feel overwhelming when they shower us. So think about what you're feeling now while you're feeling practical. Use your intuition and plan what magic you want to create on that incredible full moon because it's building now. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon.
I just love the way she presents astrology and makes it so practical. She's so gorgeous and amazing. Michelle Knight, shout out. Shout out to the full moon in Pisces that happened yesterday. For all you emotional, sensitive souls out there, you might be feeling it. I know I do. So I felt like looking into TikTok for ideas this week on fulfillment. And I thought it would be cool to look at, this next generation of millennials and Gen Z, whatever they are, this younger group of males. So I collected 3 different videos about fulfillment from young males, thinking what's going on with the divine masculine right now, because I think it's softening so much, and it was so interesting to find these 3 young men. So here, these are some TikToks, and then I have a tool of the week, and I have a really cool hypnosis video that I found that I want to share. So here you go. TikTok time.
I put out this question in my story that just asked, what's your favorite thing to do each day? And what I love about the responses is that they're all incredibly simple. There's eat, meditate, play Pokemon, drink coffee, pet my dog. And I think that this is an important idea, that fulfillment is actually found in very simple places. It's not some grand, lofty idea. And so if you look for it actively, look for the little simple things in your life that make you happy, I think that you'll be really amazed.
What's the purpose of life? Be so engaged in the present moment that you forget to ask the question. We only struggle with a sense of meaninglessness when we're abstracted away from experience, thinking about experience, rather than being fully engaged in it. People aren't really looking for the meaning of life. They're looking for the experience of being alive.
Reading this article made me think about what are my secrets to happiness. I think what we mean by happiness is actually multifaceted. I think there's like 3 components. There's pleasure, there's being happy, and then there's fulfillment. Now, pleasure is something physiological that makes you feel good, which makes it easier to be happy, and having a lot of it would be part of a happiness part of your life. But if you ever gorged yourself on some cake or gone out on a weird bender, you realize that pleasure doesn't necessarily equal that feeling that we associate with happiness. And you have the moments of being happy, like playing with your dog or talking to your friends on the phone, and it feels great. And if you did that all the time, you'd feel pretty good, but there'd be something missing. Like you're having a great time, but you don't know what's missing in your life. Then there's fulfillment, and fulfillment's when you do those hard things that are really intense that sometimes you really don't want to do and sometimes produce unhappiness, but after you've done them or you accomplish something that was really taxing, you feel really good. But if that's all you pursue without pleasure or happiness, you kind of feel like life has lost its joy. So I think the secret to happiness is having a tree where you invest in growing all 3 branches regularly.
Isn't he adorable? Weren't they just wonderful? Their takes on what fulfillment is, and again, it's present moment awareness. I like what he said about doing the hard stuff. These are young men out there creating these uplifting TikToks. If you haven't dived into TikTok yet, that's okay. I'm doing it for you. I'm curating good TikToks to share because you can definitely go down some weird rabbit holes in there. But I really liked it. So the tool of the week is the teachings of Gangaji and Papaji. Stop. And the stop is referring to the stories. Stop the stories. Stop the chatter, the background, the judgment, the labeling. When you find yourself wrapped up in something, just stop. Stop the story. Ask yourself, what is the story I'm telling? Stop it. Gangaji says that Papaji looked at her and told her to stop. She had been seeking and seeking and seeking, this spiritual enlightenment. And he said, stop the seeking. And that's when she found it. And then the second part of the teaching is wait and see. Wait and see. And this, to me, is how we will feel fulfilled, is when we can stop the seeking of the fulfillment and wait and see, watch it unfold, watch the beauty of our lives unfold, like the beautiful unfoldment that Deepak talked about that I read at the very top of this hour, that if you came late you might have missed it. I'll read just a few things. A fulfillment unfolds when you begin to live in the here and now, ignoring the voice in your head that repeats a litany of old fears, wounds, setbacks, and disappointments. You look for beauty, love, and joy while you stop looking for flaws, problems, and worst case scenarios. When you say, I am enough. I am enough. This is our story here at House of Love and Light. We're practicing that. It's a practice, y'all. We can't always stop, wait, and see. We go, 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 then we stop, wait, and see. Then we go, 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 then we stop, wait, and see. Okay, final offering of the day, and then this is going to be a long thing. This is 7 minutes long, this next thing. But I had to share it with you because I came upon it when I was looking for TikToks on abundance and fulfillment. I came upon this young man who does hypnosis. So this is hypnosis. So this is where you can say goodbye to me if you think hypnosis is weird and you're not sure you want to be hypnotized right now. So he's going to hypnotize you on abundance, on financial abundance, because since it's the theme of the month, I thought, why not offer this today on this idea of fulfillment? If you think that a little bit more money is going to make you feel more fulfilled, then let yourself be hypnotized by this young man. It's going to be 7 minutes long, and then I'll be back to say, I love you. If you're leaving now, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I hope that you feel a present moment awareness, and that something wonderful is indeed happening. So take a deep breath with me and enjoy this video, this hypnosis. I invite you to really let yourself be hypnotized. He's very good. He's very, very good. Okay, here we go.
You've been struggling to manifest more money. Let me hypnotize you to make it easier for you to attract money and manifest the wealth you deserve. All of my videos are hypnotic in nature and should only be listened to in a place where you can give it your full, undivided attention. If you can't do that now, please double tap the screen and save this video for later. As you're ready to start manifesting more wealth, more abundance, and more money, go ahead and just find a place to simply sit or lie down for a few moments. And when you've found that place to either sit or lie down, go ahead and just allow your eyes to close. And that's really as easy and as simple as this process of hypnosis is today. All you have to do is just listen to the sound of my voice and follow some very simple instructions. Whatever you see, whatever you feel, whatever you experience is perfectly right for you. And with your eyes closed, just know that you can move, you can adjust, you can itch. You are in complete control of this entire process. And with that control, go ahead and bring your awareness to your eyelids now. Bring your awareness to all the muscles, all the fibers, all the nerves inside those eyelids, understanding that those are the tiniest muscles and fibers and nerves in the human body. And simply because you decide, you can be the one right now to go inside and relax those eyelids to the point that they just won't work. As though it would just be too much effort to open them. Go ahead and allow those eyelids to relax on down where it would just be too much effort for them to even open. And when you've convinced yourself that those eyelids are just so relaxed that they just won't work, go ahead and satisfy yourself, like checking a door that's already locked. You can really try to open them and find that they just won't work. Go ahead and try to open them and find that they just shut down even tighter. Maybe they lock or stick shut now. You can really try to open them, but they just won't work. Perfect. Quit testing and just go 10 times deeper now, 20 times deeper into a wonderful state of hypnosis. Every word I say, every suggestion I give to you is going to sink so deeply into your mind that this new abundance, this new level of wealth, all this money is going to come easily to you from this day forward. And as you think about that money that you've been manifesting, or that level of financial independence, whatever it may be that's related to that wealth and that abundance, I'd like you to go ahead and just think about what it is you're trying to manifest. Maybe it's a specific dollar amount. Maybe it's something that you can buy with money. But there's something related to your finances and money that you've been working towards manifesting. So go ahead and just allow your mind to dance around that thing right now, or that amount of money. And as you think about that amount of money or that thing that you've been manifesting, I'd like you to imagine that there's a door in front of you. I don't know what color this door will be. I don't know what size it'll be. But imagine there's a door in front of you. And as you become aware of that door in your mind's eye, go ahead and just open that door now and step into a scene where there you are with that amount of money, or there you are with that thing that you've been manifesting. And as you step through that door, notice that scene that you're in. Notice what you're wearing. Notice how you're standing. Notice how you're breathing. Notice if there's anybody around you. Really be there, having manifested what you wanted to manifest already. And as you notice that scene, use all of your senses now. Notice what you can feel, notice what you can see, notice what you can smell even, maybe even a taste comes to mind. Whatever it may be, incorporate all your senses right now. And as you do that, you'll find that this scene gets even more detailed, even more vibrant. And as it gets more vibrant, you're going to find that those feelings of gratitude and abundance and wealth just come up inside of you now. And notice what that feeling is. Notice those good, positive feelings as though you've already manifested that money or that thing. Really feel that inside of you now. And as you do that, you are giving your subconscious mind the destination. And as you give it the destination right now, from this day forward, it's going to do everything in its power for you to make it automatic and effortless for you to get there. And from this day forward, you're going to find that it's easy to manifest what you want to manifest. You're going to find it easy to attract money into your life. And as it gets easier, you're going to find a new confidence in yourself. Not only a confidence to stand up for yourself, but a confidence to stand up to yourself, to tell yourself to do certain things and to actually do those things, to tell yourself to feel a certain way and actually feel that way. Really tap into that control right now and go ahead and focus on that feeling of abundance, that wealth somewhere in your body, as though you already had all the money, all the wealth that you needed. Really feel that. And as you feel that, notice where that feeling is in your body now. First impression, whatever comes to mind first, it's somewhere in your body. And as you notice it in your body, go ahead and give it a color. First color that comes to mind, do that now. And as you notice that color somewhere in your body, it's attached to that feeling. And I'm going to count up from 1 up to 5. And with every number, that color is going to get even brighter. You're going to turn it up like it's on a dimmer switch. And as you turn that color up, that feeling is going to get even stronger, even more powerful than ever before. Get ready. 1, turning that color up. 2, making that color even brighter, even more vibrant. 3, that feeling attached to it getting even stronger. 4, 5, let that feeling surge throughout you now. Send that color to every muscle, every fiber, every nerve of your body, all the way from the top of your head down to the tips of your toes. Every time you see this color from this day forward, you are going to be motivated like never before. It's going to trigger inside of you a relentlessness to achieve every single goal you set your mind on from this day forward. Everything is going to start happening easily and effortlessly for you. You're going to find it easy to be productive, easy to be disciplined, and you're going to find new opportunities pop up just randomly throughout each day. And as these opportunities start popping up more and more, you find it easy to seize those opportunities. And as you seize those opportunities, that wealth, that abundance is going to come naturally to you. So enjoy that. Enjoy that feeling, because this is what's going to motivate you from this moment forward. In a moment, I'll count up from 1 up to 5 again. On 4, your eyes will open. You'll feel incredible. That rush of that feeling of wealth and abundance is going to come back to you, and it's going to stay with you. And on 5, you're going to have a new awareness that you've got this. You can do anything you set your mind to. As 1, letting that awareness come back to the room you're in. 2, that energy rising again. 3, 4, eyes open. 5, wide awake, feeling incredible. You've got this. Go get that money. Go do what you got to do.
Wow, isn't he good? Isn't he good? Oh my gosh. Check him out. He has a bunch of those videos on TikTok. And I felt it, I did it earlier this week and I had a wonderful week. I sold several of my art prints this week and I just feel aligned with abundance. But inside me, it's not really about money this week, but I'm so glad. Yeah, Julie, wasn't that awesome? And you can go back and watch this again, and feel that energy rise up in you, that energy of abundance that is you. You are abundance. Abundance is everywhere. Shout out again for these 2 paintings behind me that are still available. And I am available to paint for you. It is my true joy. I have this like permagrin on from that hypnosis. I just love that so much. So I love you so much, everybody. Have a fantastic week and know that I see you. I see the light in you, the love in you. I honor it. I bow to it. And I thank you for all that you give me by being here, by the comments, by the love offerings, and just by your faith in this experience of House of Love and Light that I keep doing it. So I hope you have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you on Wednesday night. We have so much fun on Wednesday nights. It's so chill. We just chill, check in, and chant. All right, everybody. I love you. Bye-bye. House of Love and Light. House of Love and Light.
Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are, and it's alright in the House of Love and Light. House of Love and Light. the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.